It's communicating with me. What has America ever done for us, eh? Landcress. Oh yes! Good morning everyone, welcome back to my allotment diaries. My name is Emma, these are my allotment diaries. If you are enjoying watching my allotment vlogs, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Every single subscriber really helps my channel statistics and it helps to push my videos out there for more and more people to see and hopefully be inspired to whack some stuff in the ground, because let's face it, allotment gardening doesn't have to be difficult, vegetable growing doesn't have to be hard. It's just about whacking stuff in the ground and hoping that it grows. The plants have all the power. We are just the gardeners, we're just the ones who just walk around and pretend we know what we're doing, but it's the plants that have all the power and they know what they're doing more than we do. So trust your plants. It's quite a good saying, isn't it? Trust your plants, trust in your plants. I don't really have a plan today. I actually really like coming here when I don't have a plan sometimes. So this morning I woke up, I was feeling a bit anxious, feeling a little bit stressed, not really feeling myself, haven't really woken up on the right side of the bed, don't really know why. Sometimes it just happens, and I was just drawn here. You know, it's a 20-minute walk to my allotment plot. It gets me out in the fresh air in the morning. I don't have a dog to walk, so my dog walk is basically my allotment walk. It forces me out the house and it gets me somewhere green and full of nature and plants. So I love just coming down here sometimes and just not having a plan and just seeing where the time takes me, really. I think what I'm going to do is get on with a few allotment jobs that I've been putting off for a long time. Really like annoying little jobs that just need to be done and I'm just not doing. I'm just not getting them done. So cutting back the weeds at the back and weeding a few things, feeding my plants because I always forget to feed them. Stuff like that basically. So I think we're just going to get cracking and we're going to get on with it and we're just going to get stuck into some really miscellaneous little allotment jobs that just need to be done. Hopefully I'll sort of inspire you to get on with some of your jobs, because I'm sure you've got some jobs at your plot that you're just sort of putting off for the longest time. I always do, so it stands to reason that other people will as well. And yeah, let's just get on with it and get into it. So, and then we'll see where it takes us, really. For ages. Been there the whole time. Oh, it's a good stick. Finding all sorts at the back now. It's a good stick. I almost chopped my new glove in half. What's that doing there? Oh god, waste of time, it looks the bleeding same. I don't know what to do with this area here, it's an absolute flipping nightmare. I think the only thing that I can do is when we go into the autumn months, dig it all out, put down some weed membrane or maybe some cardboard and then just wood chip the whole area. Because seriously, I don't know what to do with it and it just grows like this every year. It's a nightmare. Oh. I've also noticed that this here is some string that sort of keeps my polytunnel from flying away. And it's sort of come off. It's just torn off of the polytunnel. I don't think these polytunnels are made to last. It really needs to go back on though, because I don't want it flying away. I don't know where to tie it though. Tied it to the frame on the inside because there was a tear on my polytunnel, but my polytunnel is getting so many tears in it, I don't think they're sort of built to last like for years. This is the second year of it and it's not lasting. The fabric is just tearing everywhere, and then obviously this window broke Yeah, this window sort of broke. I think maybe a bird or some kind of animal tried to get in. And then all of these ties are snapping. So the fabric doesn't last very long. It gets really weak and snaps. So though I would say, yes, get a polytunnel, at the same time, like they're not built to last forever, you know? I mean, this polytunnel was over £100. I got it for 50 quid in the sale, but maybe you get what you pay for. Maybe you just got to pay a lot more to get a good one. But yeah, I just thought I'd give out that little warning because I get a lot of questions about my polytunnel, and I like to keep things honest, you know. Right, how's things going in the polytunnel? Because I haven't been in here for a while. Oh look, my little mate's back. Hello. Oh look, you're turning into a robin now. Look at you. You're getting red. Yeah, you're turning into a real robin now. Yeah, you look like a robin. Are you getting bigger? Wow, look at him, he's changing colour. That's amazing. Right, so as I've said a few times this year, I'm not feeling tomatoes this year. I just find them a bit boring. I've grown them for like 4 years in a row, and yeah, getting a bit bored of them. But this is just me, by the way, chatting. Is he singing now? He is, he's singing. It's communicating with me. I don't know what you're saying. I don't speak Robin. No. Anyway, they're starting to get little flowers now, so this is a good time to feed them. I've also got to look after them a little bit because they're getting a bit straggly and stuff. So let's do that. So first thing I'm going to do is take off all these bottom leaves that have turned yellow because they're not going to be any good for the plant. So let's get rid of all of those. Okay. We also don't really want any leaves to be touching the floor because that can spread blight and all kinds of horrible diseases and things. And anything that looks like dead, I'm just going to pinch off like that. Because tomato plants don't really care, do you, mate? You don't really care because they just grow from anywhere and they grow anything. So I've been pinching out anything that's growing at a 45-degree angle. You can't see that. So I've been pinching out anything that grows at a 45-degree angle. So you see here where that branch is there and that branch is there. Now if there was one growing in the middle like there, you just pinch him out and they can get really, really big. Just focuses the energy on, you know, making the flowers and making the fruit and not growing into a massive, huge plant. Pinch a couple of those off. Right, okay. Oh my gosh, I've got tomato. I've got a freaking tomato. That's what happens when I neglect my plants, you see. They turn into my best performers. Why is that? Look. That is an actual little baby tomato growing. Amazing. So they come out the middle of the flowers, basically. That's amazing. I've neglected you. I've done nothing to you. And you have produced fruit. Well done. You see, they don't need us at all, plants. They really don't. So you can see how this one here, the leaves are a little bit yellowy. And I think it's because I've not been feeding them. So they need to have a nice feed today, but he does have some flowers on the top, which is really good. And then look, you can see this one behind here. He's very yellow. He doesn't look very happy at all. Again, he just needs a feed. Let's help them out. We've given them life. We need to look after them now. Right, so here's our watering can filled up with rainwater. Here's our tomato feed. That's what we're going to use, Tomato Right. Obviously it's for, I don't know if you have to shake it actually. I've never read that. It's got a little child cap on it just in case your child finds it and thinks it's tomato drink and downs the whole thing. I mean, it absolutely reeks. I don't know what child would do that, but there we go. It's got the protection anyway. Let's measure it out and then completely ignore the measurements and add in a load more because everybody does it. And then we'll just give everything in here a good tomato feed. That's what we'll do. It's okay, here you go. Right, so the tomatoes have been fed now, so hopefully that will sort of bring them back to life a bit. The kale looks like it's probably ready to harvest some leaves today before they all get eaten by slugs and snails, but this is doing very, very well. Absolutely love him. I think he's a perennial plant, so he'll just stay here really and just live here now. This is just your home now, mate. And then this down here, I don't know what this is. I sort of sacrificed it to a few slugs and snails, but they haven't done too much damage. I don't know what it is. Is it a cabbage? Is there a cauliflower in there? Or is this it? Is this a cabbage? it could very well turn into a cauliflower. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm just sort of happy for him to live here because you can see he's been really, really munched. But yeah, he's all right, he's alive, and the slugs like him and the snails like him and the spiders. There we go. Just picked a load of sweet peas and still absolutely loving my sweet pea flowers, and I'm getting so many both here and at home as well. The trick is to keep picking them, but it's getting harder and harder at this time of year because they're growing so fast and they're like making seed heads. So if they get seed heads, they start to get seed heads, the plant starts to die basically because it's making seeds for next year. When it dies back, I am going to just let it develop the seeds and then collect the seeds for next year. But until then, oh, I'm just loving them. Just popped in my shed because it's just started to rain. I don't think it's going to rain very much, but I'm going to sow something, and then I think I'm going to get home, and what I want to do at home is pick my carrots. I've been dying to pick my carrots for the longest time, and I think today's the day to do it. So I'm going to pick some of my carrots. I can't stop sniffing these. They're so good. I'm going to miss the smell so much. God, they're just the most beautiful flower ever, aren't they? Is it stopped raining? Yes, just about. Right. So I got some of this in my Seedcraft subscription box, so I didn't actually purposely go out and find these seeds. I sort of was given them about a year ago, and they've been sitting in my shed. It's called American Landcress. I've never heard of it before, I've never grown it before. Surprise, surprise. But somebody was saying in the comments that, have I ever tried putting like a ground crop in the areas of my allotment plot where I'm struggling to grow things? And I was like, no, I haven't. I've never put anything in, like a ground crop, and they said that it might like replenish the soil a little bit or something to have something growing there that's like a covering crop. So I'm going to whack in some land cress because that sounds like a covering crop. I don't know what it is, but land cress. Land. I mean, cress is like those little leaf things, isn't it? So what I was going to do, I've got some leeks in here, and some of them they're sort of alive. Sort of alive isn't completely alive though. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to be sort of alive, I want them to be like alive, you know, but they're not, they're sort of alive. So I thought, well, this is a good bed to try and put some ground crop in. So I'm going to put these in, American Landcress. So let's just whack it in. I don't really know how to even sow it, but I just think what we're going to do is sprinkle it over the top and then kind of ruffle it into the soil. Obviously not using technical terminology there, but I think you get the gist of it. Right, American Landcress. Oh, what have America ever done for us, eh? Landcress. That's what they've done for us. Given us 700 seeds of landcress. We don't know what it is, but then do we know what anything is in America? No. We don't have to know. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the stuff. We'll put it all between the leeks as well. Put it everywhere. Don't know where it is now. It's gone. It's like confetti. Confetti sowing. You know, just do that with the soil and it will sort of cover some of them. A lot of them it won't and they'll die, but a lot of them it will and they'll live. Just wanted to try out this quickly. So a lot of you give me advice all the time when you see me watering. So if you're just sowing seed, you put it on that way like that, so it's like that. But if you've sown like really fine seeds and you don't want them to die, you can turn this around so it's up like that and then do it like that. What? That didn't work at all. I thought you said I could put it on upside down and then it would water the... Oh, okay. Sort of works. I thought that was really good advice. I was giving out that advice then before I'd even tried the advice. That's a lesson to me, to try the advice first. That didn't work at all. Maybe I've got to do it on a bigger scale. Let me try it over the leeks. It's supposed to stop little tiny vulnerable seeds from going everywhere, but that doesn't seem right to me. Oh yeah, sort of, yeah. Don't do it small like that, because then it just does that. Oh, I don't believe me. No, just water it with water. That's what I say. Just water it. Right, I'm going to pop home now because I'm getting grumpy. I'm getting grumpy and miserable here, and I sort of don't want to be here anymore, so I'm going to leave. A lot of you often ask me how I stay motivated to keep coming to my allotment and keep working on it, and the truth is, when I've had enough and I feel like I'm done, I just walk away and leave. And if I don't come back for 2 days, I don't come back for 2 days. I go really easy on myself, and I just try and listen to myself, because if something stops becoming fun, then it's not going to be a happy place anymore. Do you know what I mean? And everybody needs a break from everything, even if it's something you really enjoy, even if it's your job, even if it's like anything, you know, you need a break from it sometimes. So if my body is telling me I need a break and my head is like, you need to walk away right now, then that's what I'm going to do. So even just coming here and doing like half an hour of weeding and then going home, it keeps the plot maintained so that it's not going to go crazy and be too much for me, but at the same time I get to walk away and have that kind of headspace, and that's just the sort of advice that I'd give. But you have to find what works for you, obviously. I'm going to go home and pick my carrots now. I've been dying to pick my carrots, and I really think they're ready to pick, and I really want to pick them, so I'm going to pick them. That's what I'm going to do now. I'll take you with me. So it is the next day and I'm back home, obviously. Really sunny today, really beautiful day. A couple of things I want to show you. So first of all, in my last home gardening video, I sowed some carrots. And what I did was I sieved all of the soil to make sure it's really, really fine, so the carrot seeds actually germinated, and I'm happy to say it's worked. You can see that all of my carrot seeds are germinating really nicely, and actually I've sown them quite thinly. They're quite evenly spaced. Like they've got quite a big bit of space between each other. I think this is the best sowing of carrots that I've ever done. Fingers crossed. So we'll see how they develop, but it's doing really well in this pot. Obviously I'm watering them all the time because I don't want them to dry out. But yeah, this is my new little pot of carrots. But it is time to pull up the row of carrots that I sowed probably 2 months ago, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. They've done really well, and I'm pretty sure there are some carrots under there, so I am super excited. So here they are. I gave them one last water just for old time's sake, and that's why they're sort of flopping about a little bit. But if I just dig a little bit, so say here, if I just dig a little bit around, look at that, there's a carrot there, so I know that there are going to be carrots under here. I'm so excited to see how big they are, how long they are. Let's pull them up. Right, we're going to start with this little guy here. Let's see what we get. Exciting times. Oh my god, it's the smallest carrot in the world. Why is he so bleeding small? Do you have any idea of the high hopes that I had for this little carrot? I thought he was going to be massive. It's the smallest carrot in the world. Right, let's get the rest of them up. I've had enough now. Let's get another one up. Let's choose you. I feel like you're going to be quite a big one. Oh, yes. Yes, look at him. This is exciting. This is almost as exciting as pulling up potatoes. Right, give him a wiggle. Apparently the correct way to do it is to push down and then pull up, but I don't think I'm going to have much trouble getting them up from here, to be honest. Another small one. Okay. Maybe it's the type of carrot I've grown. Maybe they're only small. Ooh. Okay. Teeny tiny. Fantastic. Let's try this one. I feel like this is going to be a good one. Oh, yes. Yes, he's a good one. Yes. Happy with him. Oh, this one's going to be a good one. Oh, no, okay, but he's still good. He's still good. That one obviously going to be minuscule. My rabbit will eat that. Right. Oh yes. I get excited when they're big at the top. And then they don't go very big, but it's okay. I'll still eat them. Oh, that was a surprise. Sometimes I don't expect them to be very big. Like, nah, my rabbit will eat that one. He'll love that one. And then they surprise me and they're really big. No, he's not very big. Right, this one actually looks massive. He's coming out of the ground, so I feel like this is going to be a big one. I'm going to set you up right for this one. This is going to be the best carrot I've ever grown. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready for this? Okay, he's all right. He's all right. He's quite big. He's all right, you know. Yeah, okay, I mean, I'm not massively blown away. I thought it was going to be longer, but he's big, you know, he's big. Oh, you're not bad. Oh, you're a bit of a weird one. Oh, look at that. That's not right, that's not right, that one. He's a bit rude. Right, I've come down to the back of the garden because it's a bit hot down there and a bit sunny. So we've got some hits and we've got some misses. I think overall, let me pick out the best ones. So the best ones are probably these three, which look incredible, right? They look amazing, so good. And then the worst ones are probably some of the funny shaped ones, but actually they'll still be delicious, and actually my rabbit will like them as well. And also you can eat all the tops of carrots as well in salads, which is really delicious. So none of it will go to waste. Oh, what's that? What do you think of that, Pippin? Is that nice? That tastes better than normal carrots. Does it? Does it? No. No. You like it? Yeah. Right, I think it's got Pippin's stamp of approval. Look at you just devouring the entire carrots. I don't think you're supposed to have that much carrot. No, I don't. No, I don't. I haven't got any more for you. No. 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 All you animals, you always want more. Are you licking? Are you licking? Right, I'm going to leave the vlog there today with a very happy little bunny. He definitely approves of my little homegrown carrots, so at least somebody's happy with something that I've grown, eh, Pips? Straight back to sleep again because it's daytime. I hope you enjoyed my vlog today. I'm going to be taking a week off next week, so there's not going to be any vlogs on this channel next week. I just need a bit of a break. But I will be back after next week uploading 3 times a week as usual. So until then, keep whacking stuff in, keep looking after your allotment plots, and yeah, I hope you have a lovely week everyone, and I will see you in August. See you then. Bye.